Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be going over a potential trade for the Sacramento Kings, as it's been reported that the Sacramento Kings have interest in trading for one of three players, Zach LaVine, or one of the two Toronto Raptors, OG Anunoby, or Pascal Siakam. Zach LaVine, a two-time All-Star in 2020-21 season and the 2021-22 season, and for the Chicago Bulls, is on his way out, and you kind of know that because the Bulls are in a little bit of a tanking mode. They're looking at trading guys like DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso, Patrick Williams, and a couple other players on their roster. And Zach LaVine and the Bulls are both on the page of him being traded. But for the Kings, I really don't know how they would make this trade work. Here's the trade that I have happening to get Zach LaVine on the Kings. It's just a deal I think the Bulls would do. I just don't know if it's a deal that Sacramento would do. Harrison Barnes, Kevin Huerter, and Davion Mitchell with a first-round pick, 2 second-round picks, and maybe a first-round pick swap over to the Bulls. And the Kings get Zach LaVine and maybe one other player. Maybe Andre Drummond. Maybe Andre Drummond and Zach LaVine go over to the... let's say Andre Drummond and Zach LaVine to the Kings for... Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes, Davion Mitchell, first-round pick, 2 second-round picks, and one first-round pick swap. I don't know if that's a deal the Kings do, but if they have real interest in bringing in Zach LaVine, then I think that is a deal they would possibly do. In 15 games so far, LaVine has struggled, but also he's done good because he's against the Pistons a couple weeks ago. Or maybe 3 weeks ago, had a 53-point performance, or 52, whatever it was. I think it might have been 51 actually, which was. He tied for a career high. If he had, or maybe it was his career high, I'm not too sure. But he's played 15 games and 15 starts. He's played in 35 minutes per game, 21.3 points per game, with 3.3 assists per game, with 5.1 rebounds per game. From three, he is shooting 34%. Okay, for the Chicago Bulls in the 2022-23 season, he averaged 25 points per game with 5 rebounds per game and 4 assists per game. 2021-22 season, he was and also that season, he shot 38% from three in the 2022-23 season. And then the 2021-22 season for the Bulls, when the Bulls were actually really good for a while, when they were healthy, when Lonzo was healthy, they were a top 4 team in the Eastern Conference. He was an all-star. And he averaged 24.4 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. And from three, he shot 39%. And then this was this was the best year of his career. In the 2020-21 season, he was an all-star. He averaged 27.5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and 5 assists per game, with 1 steal per game and a half a block per game. And from three, a career high 42% from three. And that was in 58 games with 58 starts. Keep in mind, that was a 72 games NBA season, shortened season after COVID. And he averaged 35 minutes per game. So, yeah. For the Kings to bring him in would be great. Look what he's done. Pair him up with, De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis and even Keegan Murray, and look at the team they would have, and competing with all the other great teams in the Western Conference, like the Suns, who have Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. I know the Clippers are only 5-7, but they're starting to figure it out, and they have James Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard, and Russell Westbrook, and other pieces. I mean, look at all the Nuggets, the reigning champions. Look at what the Thunder have been doing this season. Same thing goes for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've been really good. So the Kings would be making a move here, trying to the Dallas Mavericks have even been good too this season with Kyrie and Luka. So trying to compete with all the other teams that have such dominant stars. Obviously, I know the Kings have De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, but to add in a third star, you see so many teams with 3 or 4 stars. Look at the Lakers with LeBron and AD, 2 superstars, and then they have another all-star like D'Angelo Russell and a little bit of a rising star, Austin Reeves, and so many other good players on their roster. Look at the Clippers with 4 all-stars, 4 probably Hall of Famers. You got the Warriors. I forgot about the Warriors. My bad. You got 3 Hall of Famers, or 4 with Draymond, Chris Paul, and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. You have teams who are, and then that's the team that just eliminated the Kings last year in the first round. So you have so many teams who, definitely could beat you in a playoff series right now with the current team they have. So it definitely could see the Kings wanting to prove and adding in a third star next to Domantas Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. So this is why I could see them being really interested in trading for Zach LaVine. But at the same time, I could see them being very interested in trading for OG Anunoby or Pascal Siakam for that matter, who those two might be a little bit cheaper than Zach LaVine possibly could be, because both of those two guys right there are expiring contracts compared to LaVine. That's it for the video, though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let your thoughts on the potential trade in the comment section, and peace out.